Welcome everyone to the Student Pages Spotlight series. I'm your host Jayden. Hope I've caught you all doing very, very well today. Today, I'm joined by the amazingly talented Angel Princess. Angel, how are you doing?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
I am so good, thank you. So, just to get us kicked off, to get us started, if you could just give us a bit of a background as to how you sort of got into the music industry and why you chose to go that direction.
Yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, music was always something that made sense for me to do when I started watching music videos as a kid, like the iconic Britney Spears with Oops, I Did It Again, Toxic, Gwen Stefani, Hollaback Girl, all of those like incredible, amazing, badass women.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So, I mean, your new single then, 123 Party, where did that come from? What was sort of the inspiration behind it, and how do you think it's developed you as an artist?
So 123 Party was really exciting how it came about because I moved to LA about a year and a half ago from the UK. And I was living in the UK for a couple of years, and it was like black and white, such a different world. It was super exciting, and I made some wonderful friends, and I went out on the town for the first time just to like local bars and stuff, and I just fell in love with the club scene and the bar scene in LA, and that's when 123 Party and this project Angel Princess, like it completely just exploded. So it's all about just partying with your friends in LA and being broke and not caring at all because it's just super fun.
No, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, no, absolutely. It's like you need to learn to enjoy yourself when you got no money. I should know, student life, isn't it? But I mean, no, it's interesting you said actually black and white, considering that I imagine the UK, looking back, probably looks black and white to you now. It is like the most dreary place in the world, I imagine, compared to LA.
It is pretty sad. I mean, I really miss it personally. I really miss a lot of things about it, but it is a completely different world. Yeah, I did not expect it to be so polarizing, even though it sounds obvious, but yeah, it's a completely different planet.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's like totally different parts of the world, isn't it? It's going to be. I mean, so going back to 123 Party, then I've seen like the comparisons made between yourself and what's it called, Pink Pantheress. How would you sort of describe your music? Like, what genre would you say that it sits into, and what do you think makes it stand out?
I really like that with this project. I love taking inspiration from hyperpop, more so like even Charlie's such like a wonderful inspiration of mine, but I also love like my background in high school. Was just like alternative like emo bands and stuff, and I really like writing songs that tell stories, like how emo bands write songs. And so I really wanted to figure out a way to fuse those together and tell stories through hyperpop music, because hyperpop and even dance music, a lot of the times it's just about having a good time, which is so sick. But I wanted to, bring a little bit more depth to it. And that's why I think this project's so interesting, because we're telling stories, but we're having fun.
Yeah, get a bit more grounded, get a bit more real. Because I think I read on your Instagram that like part of the project was inspired by sort of, was it a diner that you were working at, if I'm correct? Like, yeah, so it really does come from that place of sort of knowing what your surface level is, and then it's sort of like being able to use that to your advantage and like just have fun with it. I think that's it's an awesome message, especially for those of us that are working minimum wage all the time, and it is sometimes like
I fully get it. Yeah, working LA is super expensive, and so I had to get a cutesy little girly job, and I was working at this the cutest little retro diner, but I was working overnight nights until 4 a.m. and that's like, but it was cool. It's cool because I get to meet so many incredible people in LA that are just so weird and crazy like me. And so on the days that I was off, I was up till 4 a.m. anyway. So I thought, I guess I'll just go out and party with
I was going to say, it wouldn't surprise me if you were to tell me that your friends were a group of owls at this point. Yeah. It's like,
we're all nocturnal.
You know what I mean? Yeah, no, I couldn't imagine it. It's like I've worked late-ish, but like I get out latest at like 12. I could not imagine any later than that. I genuinely, I can totally see why it would drive a person a bit nuts.
It's
yeah, but hey, having fun at the same time, so you can't really complain. I mean, I suppose on that topic, then, how have the people around you in your life like sort of responded to this project? It's like, are they fully in support? Have you had any questioning? I guess, like, what sort of been the response?
Honestly, it has felt so authentic that all my friends are so for it because it just feels like our life, like this, and all of these songs that I've been writing. It's so real. It's the most real thing I've ever written because I'm just not. I'm so unapologetic about what I'm talking about, and it's just crazy. But it feels so good to just be like, yeah, this is my life. I'm broke. I'm a waitress, and I'm just having fun, and I don't care anymore. And honestly, I think that's what people need to hear most of the time because I think that's how most people feel right now. And
Yeah.
but so my friends, we're all down for it. We all listen to the songs when we're going on a night out and doing crazy stuff. It's super fun. They love it.
That's awesome. I bet you're at the DJ deck, aren't you? And you're like, can you play 1, 2, 3 party?
Oh, always.
No, no, get it on. Self promo. It's like if you're gonna be out in the club anyway, it's like, you know what, slip a bit of self promo in there. You should. It's like take advantage of your surroundings. I mean, so obviously the internet space can be very like daunting a lot of the time. So have you had any sort of like, I don't know what the word is really, but have you had any sort of bad mouthing online? Because I know a lot of people can be, when people try and see someone starting something new, it's very easy to point fingers and like poke fun and stuff. How do you deal with that kind of crowd? And I mean, have you had any run-ins with them?
I mean, I've had some nasty comments for sure, but nothing too major. But I think it's kind of fun when there's banter like that in the comments or DMs and stuff. People get so upset over nothing. And it's kind of fun to entertain it because, again, I'm just so unapologetic about what I'm doing right now. And there's no way that I couldn't be any more authentic than who I am right now. So anything that you say to me, it's not going to faze me. So, yeah, I mean, I'll definitely have my playful banter in the comments with people who are trying to tussle, but nothing too major yet. I'm hoping for some beef. We'll see.
Yeah, you're hoping for some beef, but that's ambition, It's like, forget, because I've seen the kind of things people are saying, and it's wonderful and it's lovely. But here you are, like, you know what? I want more people to be awful, so I have an excuse. So I respect that. The number one hater right here, I respect it genuinely. That's like insane hater behavior. I love it. I mean, so for your music, then, I guess so. We obviously know what it was inspired by, being like your personal background and things. But I mean, where would you say? See, you mentioned like your passion for music and stuff. Where would you say that comes from? Like, because again, you mentioned the music videos you used to watch, things like that. But for you personally, has there been any like event in your life where you were sort of specifically like, this is what I want to do?
Actually, absolutely. I mean, I feel like everyone has that, oh my God, this has to be my life moment. But yeah, I mean, I listened to, all the pop girlies growing up, and I always felt drawn to it. But I remember specifically when I was about 14, I used to write songs, and I was writing songs when I was about 10 to 14, and I didn't really know why I was doing it and what to do with it. And when I was 14, I went to go see 5 Seconds of Summer, but an opening band called Hey Violet, which was like, there was 3 girls in the group or 2 girls in the group, and the lead singer had pink hair, and she was just so awesome. And I was like, oh my God, okay, I have to join a band. I have to make a band. I have to figure out how to do this. Like, that's what I want to do. And yeah, I feel like these last 10 years for me has just been like making my life morph into that.
No, that's so cool, to be fair, though, because again, it's like you've evidently done your own thing with it. I think that's what's awesome, is when people can see something, say, that's the kind of thing I want to do, but then when they actually go and do it, it's something so them, you know what I mean? And I think for you specifically, again, after listening to the song and seeing like the sort of vibe that you're going with, the way you present it, it's like, yeah, it seems very, like you say, it seems very authentic, very from a you place. And I just think that's really awesome.
I'm definitely trying.
No, of course. So go on then. We always like to touch on social media because I think it's such a kettle of fish to go into. So How do you sort of view social media? Do you see it as this kind of necessary evil that you have to do for your work, or do you actually quite enjoy it and enjoy sort of the fact that it's all out there? What's your take on it?
I mean, I think with all artists, it's so difficult having to be a content creator in this age, but I really enjoy it. I mean, I think it's just kind of fun because it feels so real, like what I'm doing. I'm not going to do anything on there that doesn't feel like me. And I think I struggled with that for a long time, figuring out like who I wanted to be online and like how much I wanted to share and that kind of stuff. But now it feels kind of obvious like what the aesthetic is and what direction I'm going in. So being online, it feels way more natural now. And I've had a lot of fun with it. So I'm going with that now. That's how I feel right now.
Well, yeah, it can change, can't it? But no, you do right, it's like use it to however much you see fit. And I think, yeah, so long as you're having fun with it, so long as you say you're not losing yourself to it, that's the best thing you can do. Because I think there's a lot of people that lose themselves to social media when realistically you kind of need to make the social media lose themselves to you. I think that's something I've noticed, For as long as like you're yourself, you're going to do well on it. So with you being in LA, the music scene is massive over in LA. I'm guessing at the very least that you've like spoken to other artists and worked with other artists and stuff. How would you say those like industry connections work? And it's like, would you say that they're really important, or do you think it is possible to just completely do it alone?
I mean, LA's so wonderful because there are so many people in the industry that you can connect with and write with. But I mean, I feel like with how big it is and with how many people there are, I think everyone's still in their own kind of little world and trying to make the best out of their situation and shine through the crowd. But it's always fun to collaborate because it's so easy. You can just go out and meeting people is so easy and everyone knows everyone. It's such a weird place. So it really depends how you want to go about it. I don't think you need anybody to succeed because of the internet and the way we are now and just being in LA and having those connections and stuff. But you can collaborate if you want, but you don't have to. I feel like being in your own world is kind of great too, but it really just like depends on the vibe. It's like when you walk outside, you can always meet people, but if you don't want to, you don't have to, but it'll always be there. If that makes sense?
Yeah, you've put it perfectly. No, absolutely. It's like, it's always going to help. It's always going to be nice, but it's like, it is always possible to do things off your own back. Totally get what you're saying. It's like, yeah, and I mean, great. You know what I mean? I think it's fantastic that, like, I think it's always nice to sort of have that, sort of like just being able to sort of accept that it's like, you know what, I have the ability within myself. It's like, I have what it takes and stuff. I think just that takes a really, like, headstrong approach. I think that's something really, really great to have, honestly.
No, for sure. I mean, and being there, it's super overwhelming with so many people doing what you want to do, but you just kind of have to look down and just keep doing it and hope for the best. And that's definitely been my vibe for sure.
For sure. So we've spoken a lot about sort of the kind of things that you do outside of music already, but I understand obviously you're incredibly busy, but is there anything that you pursue outside of music that you particularly enjoy, like any hobbies or anything like that?
Honestly, I just love being with my friends. As stupid as that sounds, but that's like my favorite thing to do. Yeah, when I'm not making music, I'm out with them and trying to just make as many crazy memories as I can and live an insane little life over there. I mean, I literally had to move this meeting because 3 weeks ago, I went out with my friends and I got into a crazy motorcycle accident.
I remember hearing about this. I was meant to ask about that, actually.
It was insane, but I did it for the plot.
For the plot, it's crazy.
For the plot. It was insane, but I mean, it was super fun. And now I have that insane
It was super fun, she says, in response to a traumatic injury. I mean, it was super fun 30
seconds up towards the accident. but
that's genuinely wild.
But I mean, yeah, I went 2, 3, 40 a little too hard there. There's a line.
It's the new brat, isn't it? If you're having a 1, 2, 3 party, something terrible is going to happen to you in the best way possible, is what I'm hearing. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Like you say, for the plot, for the lore, you'll be able to tell. You live to tell the tale. That's the main thing.
Anything for the lore.
No, of course. I mean, so it is a bit of an open-ended question for you because I understand that it's going to be different depending on everyone's like personal experiences. But just in general, what advice would you give to students that want to do music, that want to break into that industry? What would you say are some important like points to focus on?
I would definitely say just put music out. Do not listen to anyone who's telling you not to put it out, because nothing's going to happen if you're not putting yourself out there. And location is the most important thing ever. You just have to be in the right place. Go to a city where there's a lot of people that are working in music and go out and meet people. That's the best thing that you can do, because sitting in your room and making music is super fun until nobody cares about it. And you just have to put yourself out there. It's hard, but once you start doing that, it completely pays off.
I actually totally agree. It's like, what do you think is going to happen if you make a song and keep it on your hard drive?
Nothing's going to happen.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not like a producer's going to walk into your room, find out the password to your computer and be like, you know what, this guy, you know, this girl, I need this. It's not going to happen, is it? So no, I think, yeah, putting yourself out there, you know, putting it out, absolutely, totally agree. So, I mean, great advice there. So, from your personal experience then, like, and this can be like any part of your journey from all of it, what would you say has been the biggest challenge of all of it so far?
Biggest challenge? Honestly, I think making the move from the UK to LA was the hardest thing that I've ever done, because the music scene is so different in both. And I did not realize that at the time. It's so small in England. And I really love it there because it's so close knit and so tight. But LA is like a completely different beast. It feels like there's almost a little bit of a blueprint in England to do stuff. But in LA, it's like, I have no idea what's going to happen, and I have no idea how things are going to work out. So honestly, I think moving was definitely the biggest challenge. But I mean, definitely worth it. I definitely love it.
Absolutely.
So
well, of course, yeah. And I totally agree, by the way. Yeah, the music scene in the UK, it's fascinating, isn't it? Because I feel like you've opened yourself up to so many opportunities by going to LA, because in the UK it really is like knowing the right person at the right time. A lot of the time, you know what I mean? It's very difficult to do it off your own back, whereas now that you are where you are able to do it off your own back and, you know, work on things in your own. I think that's great.
Yeah, of course. I think it's true anywhere you go, but it's definitely a whole different beast in LA. It's crazy. I learned so much, like, being over in the UK. Like, it was such a great experience, just like playing shows and you know, getting to know people over there. It taught me so much, and I'm so glad I have that background before I came.
So go on then. You've got 1-2-3 Party out now. Are you working on anything else? Is there anything that you're allowed to tell us? And just in general, what have you got coming up?
Yeah, of course. So I actually have a new song coming out on October 3rd. Not announced yet, and it's actually called I Miss London, and it's all about missing the UK and the party scene in England. So I lived in Liverpool for a long time. And Liverpool, you know, it's a crazy party city. It's super fun. And being in London too, clubbing in London too, is super fun. But what I really like about those areas is that you can walk everywhere and everything's quite close by. But with LA, everything is so far apart. And so if you're clubbing at some club, you have to drive like 10 minutes to another club, and it just kind of kills the vibe. But I think people go a lot harder in the UK from what I've seen.
That surprises me. That really surprises me compared to LA.
Yeah, no, people don't go as hard. There's a big sober community in LA, and I think the club scene and the bar scene after COVID really took a major hit, and it's definitely trying to slowly like build up again, but people are not nearly going as hard.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, you know, I guess if you're living in LA, it's like you can walk out the door with a smile on your face, see that you're in LA, whereas if you live in Slough, you probably do need a few drinks to distract yourself. You know, if you live in Birmingham, or even if you live in York, just anywhere in the UK, really, it's just misery every corner. So. Thank you ever so much for talking with us.
Oh my God.
It's genuinely been wonderful. I mean, absolute massive congratulations on everything that you've done, and massive good luck with everything you to do in the future.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet. It was lovely.
Oh, thank you very much.